All right, everyone, we're live. My name is Brenda.
I'm Sarah.
Yes, and we're going to talk a little bit about everything, but we first want to just say that we're best friends and we're just going to bring y'all into our little chats that we have all the time about when reality TV comes on, whatever's going on in the internet. Like, we're going to talk about it here on our channel. So we're excited to have y'all. Like, how do you feel, Sarah?
I'm excited. I mean, I feel like, this is something we already have going in the group chat, and it's a good opportunity to bring other people into the conversation. And I know people are very excited about the topic that we are going to be delving into for the next couple of weeks.
Yes, because I mean, we're both based in the area, which you might know as the DMV, in the Maryland side of the DMV. So that's where we're from, where we're based. So Love is Blind DC is coming out this week.
Dum
And
dum dum.
it's just been interesting seeing what people are talking about. And I'm really curious on what they're going to be like this this season.
And are they from DC? Because,
Right.
you
Because
know,
that's been the whole chat. Like, are they really from DC? Who are these people? What part of the area are they from? Because you sit there and you say, okay, it's Love is Blind, DC, but it's more like Love is Blind, DMV, Baltimore.
definitely. And if you don't know what the DMV is either, just so everybody's clear, it's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. It's not Delaware. Please don't include Delaware.
It's
That's not
not
the
even
DMV.
Richmond. It's not Richmond, Virginia.
It's not
It's
Richmond.
more like northern and northern Virginia. So it's a lot of different ways we talk about it. It's not Baltimore. Like Baltimore is a part of Maryland, but we are not a part. Baltimore is not a part of the DMV. So neither is the Eastern Shore. Eastern Shore isn't part of the DMV
Sorry, friends.
either. Like y'all are part of Maryland. So we're gonna figure out where these people are from. Talk a little bit about the cast, and get ready for this week and trying to watch all 6 episodes for Love is Blind DC will come out tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, October 2nd, Wednesday, October 2nd. And then we're going to come on live the Tuesday after. So the day before it comes out for the next week, we're going to come on and chat about what we saw. So that gives y'all plenty of time to watch the 6 episodes. You got six
You have a week.
days.
You got a week.
Yeah, pretty
We're
much a
not we're
week
not
to
putting no
watch
spoiler
it.
alerts.
And then we're going to chat about it. We're going to see who we like, who we don't like, and see if it changes by the end um, of the season. And we're trying to figure out a way that we can, chat more quickly for the finale. So we'll see. Because, of course, we want to know who gets married. We want to know who gets stood up at the altar.
Ooh,
Who does
child.
everybody make it to the altar? Because the last Love is Blind in the United States,
Mm,
barely anybody even made it to the altar. Like, what is the deal?
mm.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, we have a lot that we can share, and we're going to start with talking about these new cast members and try to figure out, do some sleuthing and trying to figure out where these people from. Are they really from DC? Are they from other areas in the DMV? What's going on? And try to figure out if we can get a feel for them as characters, or not as characters, but as castmates. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to try to pull up some of this Love is Blind cast here. So we're going to start with the men.
Ooh.
All right, so here's the first guy. All right, he got his nice little suit on
Okay.
here.
It's giving DC. It's giving corporate.
Yeah. And this is Bodon. He is 36.
Okay,
And I think we've
millennial.
seen that a lot of the people from this season are in their 30s. So that's different. So we're hoping that gives mature. We're hoping that gives, settled and ready to get married and not here for no games. So he's 36. He's in tech sales, and he's an immigrant and Ukrainian refugee. So
That'll be really interesting to see how they do edits to explore his background. I think, especially given everything that's still going on in Ukraine, I'm curious to see how that's going to play out on camera.
Definitely. And it looks like he was a Marine and married for 5 years. So he's divorced.
Okay.
And has a military background. And he doesn't want any picky eaters. So, okay. So that's interesting. But here's where the real tea is. We got to see Bodon's Instagram and
let's
kind of
see where he is,
what he's talking about. So we have Bodon's Instagram. He's known as Bodango. And he says that he's in DC. So he says he's in DC, y'all. So let's learn a little bit about him. It looks like he likes to be outside. He dresses up. What is this for? What did he dress up for? Halloween.
Okay, Halloween till now drop.
Okay, whatever that means. But that was in DC.
Is this an old picture? And they dropped it in
February? It says 31 weeks ago, but that wasn't a whole year. So that's interesting.
He posted it in February.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
He has a sense of humor, so he likes to go hiking. He has a sense of humor. He doesn't take himself so seriously.
Yeah. This looks like
his friends.
Yeah, friends, a little family, some randos, just stuff he's seen in stories. Okay, some of these party.
Oh, yikes.
Oh, yeah. We don't need to do all that.
Yeah. Okay, Chicago.
Forget it. So he has friends. He's social. He has a lot of women friends. Top golf. Okay, so that's interesting. So it looks like he cares about his family. He has military here.
Is that wait, click on the one with the that awning right there, the Lauren. Where is that? That looks like
the Lauren. So
that's
it looks like
that's definitely DC, because I mean
that gives DC.
The DC parking signs, I recognize that from far away.
Right. If you know, if you come to DC and you drive, you're going to be checking the parking signs all the time, 24/7, making sure that you don't get a ticket. But it looks like maybe he went to the Ukraine, or he was going to the Ukraine or something, because he has the Ukraine flags up here. Which makes sense, maybe a couple years ago, because this is 134 weeks. Okay, so we know he's about service. We know he's based in DC. Looks like he might have like nieces and nephews and stuff like that. So
okay, family.
I mean,
we love that.
Like, I guess the question is, would you ever want, if you were going to marry somebody, like, would you want to still marry them? I'm just curious. Like, would you want them to archive or delete the photos that are public, even if it was 4 or 5 years ago?
I would archive them. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, I don't look, in the day of social media, it's giving attached, and you're on the show. We've already seen what happened last season. We don't want to make assumptions here. So I personally, and it's from 2020. So, I mean, I personally would probably, or I would at least clarify who this person is.
Edit that caption. Because I feel like if I were coming on these shows, I probably would archive most of my Instagram, just because I don't feel like having people come on it who don't know me yet, and then they're just like making assumptions like we are. But his let's see what this says before we move on. My friends will describe me as fun, outgoing, and a little impulsive. He said he lives in DC, DuPont. So DuPont Circle
Okay,
is in
Northwest.
DC. He said he's over 30. He's not a consultant. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what Bodon is up to. I don't know. Let's see who he'll find love with, or if he will find love, if he'll be spotlighted at all. So that's Bodon. Let's go to our next person. Uh-oh, who is this? We got green shirt,
I know
little
it's a very
beard
bright shirt.
action, white pants, and brown shoes. All right, this is David. David is 29.
Okay,
He's
on
a
the younger
project
side.
manager, a tourist. Another military person. He was a former Navy officer.
I
So,
think we're gonna
but
get a
that
lot of
tracks for
military.
DC.
Yeah.
That tracks for DC because we got a lot of military people here because we have multiple um, military bases and things like that. So that makes sense. So now he wants to find love, delete the apps, and find the love of his life. And he wants his mother's approval. So that's interesting. He wants his mommy's approval, which I mean, a lot of us want our parents' approval. So that makes sense. But let's see how bad,
Yeah,
it is
see
if
how that plays
he
out
kind
because
of moves on.
it can go either way here. It could be like maybe she's going to, and she could be an interference. Got to watch out for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he says he's based in DC too. So let's see if we can kind
He
of
is a
get to know a
world
little bit more
explorer off the
about
bat.
him. He's out exploring the world. He has a nice little picture here from Maui. Okay.
Okay, so
Over here
whoever,
in
if he's
Maui with
paired
the
with anybody,
waterfall.
whoever he gets paired up with definitely is going to have to be a traveler. They are not going to, if he can't get paired up with a homebody, I say that now.
Mm-hmm. And someone who doesn't just travel but likes nature and outdoors and stuff like that. Because you can like to travel and not want to do all this. You can like to travel and be like,
I mean,
nah, I'm trying to
you could
stay
dip your
inside.
toe in the water
Because
and be
clearly
like,
he's over here hiking. Mm-hmm. He has, who is this, a niece or something? Yeah. So he has a niece that he wants to start calling him Funkle, like fun uncle. So cute little chubby niece there. Cutie pie. It looks like, let's see what he said when he posted. He said, I took a leap of faith to find love in the most unconventional way, and I'm excited to finally share this journey with all of you. Says I can calmly communicate through anything.
let's see.
Okay, we'll see. Because, sometimes people say stuff and you're like, oh, you can calmly communicate. And then they get on this show and then they don't talk. They shut down. Like all the things. And you're like, no.
It's also hard to know how you're going to
Like, no.
respond in these situations when there are cameras. Like, we have to remember too, like, these people are going to have cameras in their face as they're going through this process. And if you've ever taken professional pictures or been on camera for anything, whether it's work related or just personal, like sometimes you're not getting your,
Yeah.
or you're not able to like fully be your most comfortable self. So I'm curious to see, does that hold true when you have
Yeah.
another human you don't know well and cameras in your face?
hmm And then especially, because you have to communicate well in the pods to
Mm-hmm.
really find somebody because you're literally just talking to them. So it's like, what are you talking about? How are you talking about things? Are you getting to the nitty gritty of what the most important things are? Because we think about like Love is Blind UK just came out recently, and you have two people who live different places and we're saying different things to each other about, yeah, I could move, or no, I'm not gonna move, we'll live here, we'll live there. And it's like, nah, man, y'all need to really communicate with this because that's important. So hopefully he's right about how he communicates. I guess we'll see. Looks like he likes to be outdoors. He said, I love being on water. um and that's part of why he chose the Navy. So that's pretty cool. Nice little boat action. And he went, uh looks like, to the top of a mountain, Chamonix, France. I don't know how you say that, but that's where he went. And wow, that's beautiful though.
Mm.
So,
He posted
so
this on my
people are
birthday.
really gonna have to. Oh yeah, February.
Okay, he was in
So
France.
I think that'll be interesting.
Ladies, if you like this man, you better know how to ski
hmm
or
Like all
snowboard.
of the outdoor travel things, like ski, snowboard, hike. He likes waterfalls. Looks like he has a nice body.
You also gonna have
So
to work
somebody
out
will like
too.
that if they get out the pods. Mm-hmm. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see kind of who he comes up with. Oh, there's a DC look. The cover photo here was the cherry blossoms, but it looks like this is just his recap for last year.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, he had a lot going on last year. He's a busybody.
So I have to ask
So,
this question.
well,
I'm gonna ask this question. Does he have time? I'm gonna throw it out there because
mm,
and I say this as someone who myself I have an active social life, but does he have time? Because we have to remember this is a truncated timeline. These people are only going to be together for like a couple of weeks, and he seems to have like a very full life.
mm-hmm.
I'm just very, and it seems like he spends a lot of time outside of this area. Actually, will he have time?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
Yeah, it'll
working
be
on a honeymoon.
interesting because marriage definitely requires, yeah, because marriage requires a lot of compromise, and there may be some times where you can't travel as much, and sometimes like it might change your traveling schedule because maybe the person that you fall in love with in the pods doesn't have the same type of work that you have, where they're required this more or doesn't have as much time off and things like that, where they can't go to France for multiple weeks and things like that. So it'll be interesting, but it seems like he could bring a sense of adventure to someone. If someone was looking to get out of their shell and try adventure, perhaps he would be good for them. So I guess we'll see. Seems like he wouldn't be boring. So he has things to bring to a relationship. So should be interesting. So that's our boy David. Let's see who our next person is. Who is this? We got brown shirt and some kind of pants. This is Garrett, and he's 33 and a quantum physicist. Okay. Look at us, got some smart people
We got a lot of
on
earth
this
and fire
show.
signs right now. Like, woo, woo, child.
Taurus.
I think we have two
And
Tauruses, a Car,
so,
and a Leo.
and he's spearfish. He goes on weekend spearfishing adventures. Okay. And he's a quantum scientist, used to leading with his head, but he's ready to dive in heart first into the experiment. And he's looking for an outdoorsy, confident, and down to earth woman. All right. So let's see. Let's see what
Hmm.
his Instagram looks like. Okay, Garrett. Okay, so here's Garrett.
There's a lot of
What did he
fish.
say? Yeah, a lot of fish. So he said, the key to my heart is authenticity. Okay. And he said, this took some convincing. Check out Love is Blind season 7 to watch me catch feelings instead of a fish for a change.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, Garrett, we're gonna reel you in.
Right. Literally. So let's see what he has going on. We see big fish.
Oh wow.
That's as big as him. That's the bigger of the two tuna. So he in SeaWorld San Diego. So that's pretty cool. Here's another one. He's in the Chesapeake Bay. So I'm thinking he's probably not, I don't think he lives in DC. I think he probably wants to live somewhere like Annapolis or somewhere where it's a little bit
Hmm.
more
Close to
water.
some body of water.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like he goes deep sea diving and finding uh fish, doing spearfishing.
Okay, so he definitely needs somebody who knows how to swim. Like,
Right. And who likes being in the water? I think what's going to be interesting is we've seen men so far who have their own lives in terms of like their hobbies and things like that. And that's kind of what happens when you reach your 30s. Like people are kind of settled into the things that they enjoy. And do they need somebody who enjoys the same exact things as them? Or are they willing to split their time between the things that they love and the things that their partner will love? So that'll be interesting. But looks like he was a model in Fashion Week.
okay,
Um, look at him with the middle part bust down.
this is recent. This is this year's New York
Yeah,
Fashion
this.
Week. Okay,
Look at that. Okay. Oh, he had his own rack of clothes. Look at
I
that.
mean, okay.
Okay, model. That's definitely different than what you would expect for a quantum physicist to be a model and a spearfisher. Okay, that's cool. Look at him. Yes, I think it should be interesting to see. I think he's probably one of those people, if he doesn't find love in the pods and then he comes to like the little mixers, I think some of the girls might be like, oh shoot, I should have talked to her. You know how like there's always those one people that come to the I should have chosen. He just, yeah, but okay. He does morning stretching. Looks like so flexibility.
Okay.
The girlies love a flexible man. Yeah. So okay, so that's Garrett. We we'll see if he finds love. It seems they all seem like they're so interesting and they have stuff going on. So
To
I'm very
control
curious.
chaos.
Yes, control chaos. Let's see. All right, so next person we have here. Okay, no facial hair, tall, dark, and handsome, maybe. Um, let's see. This is Jason. He's 30 and he's a loan officer. He's also a Pisces,
Oh, water sign has entered
and
the
he's
chat.
not sure if he's been in love before.
Mm,
He said, like, yeah. And he admits to wasting time on the wrong girls he knew he never marry. Okay.
I'm not gonna judge him for
And he
this, and
wants
here's
to,
why. He's 30.
okay.
So I feel as though, your 20s, I think people need to like release expectations in their 20s and just kind of enjoy themselves and have a good time. And I appreciate the fact that he's honest. The red flag for me is the way he phrases it as like for him he wasted time on the wrong girls he knew he never married, without acknowledging that like you kind of also wasted their time. That part is a little
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah,
curious
like
how he's going to show
you
up on
wasted their
camera.
time. I'm sure you got something out of it. I'm sure he got something out of it. Like
And
the
his
time that he
comment
spent,
here,
I'm sure he got something out of it.
he wants to make his mom happy. It's a couple of red flags in here. Just
Hmm.
I don't know.
And he wants someone who's somewhat proper and definitely intellectual, who experienced a stable life he's built for himself, including a booming rental business. Okay. And he's a workaholic because he says he knows he's going to have to put
Mm,
work aside for the right person. So that'll be interesting. And
mm.
respond to their texts from time to time. From time to time. You talking about somebody you're supposed to marry. Like you're gonna have to return their texts all of the time.
It's not looking good for the
Like,
kid. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. I hope he proves me wrong, but I right
my
now
worst
just not a fan. I don't know.
this. My worst habit is being a terrible texter. He says, I'm not great at communicating when I'm busy. Like,
I
This
don't think
might
it's
not be the show for you, Jason.
I don't think it's gonna work out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if he finds somebody on here. Let's check his let's check his gram real quick. He's in Baltimore, so he is not in DC. He is in Baltimore. Uh which could prove, and the thing that we have to think about too for the folks who are in Baltimore, if they find somebody who is in Virginia, that is a hike. That's a life decision of, oh, I need to move. Like that's almost like having a long distance relationship, because it will take you from Baltimore to, like, let's say Springfield or something like that. It could take you an hour and a half depending on the time of the day. It might even take you two, depending on what side of Baltimore, especially if you talk about you from Towson or like somewhere north Baltimore area and you're trying to come out to somebody who's in Arlington. Because I feel like if I was in the pods and I was having a conversation and the person is like, yes, I live in Baltimore, I'd be like, oh. So even if you like that person, you got to think about it. Like, really think about it. Like, how much do I really like you? Because it's works in the pods, but real life, I don't know.
The traffic is not it, y'all. Like
Um,
here in the DMV, traffic is incredibly bad. You can be in the District of Columbia, you can be in DC trying to get from northwest to southeast, and it might take you 45 minutes just to get there. So,
mm-hmm.
we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
if he gets paired up with anybody outside of the pods.
And he said his best quality is his stable lifestyle. So he's looking for somebody who wants to live off of him. He's like, look, I got the money, baby girl. He said, I
I,
got the
I
money, baby girl.
I do
Come,
wonder
come
if
see
like
me.
he's looking for some like if he just has a placeholder and he's just looking to pop someone in. Boop, here you go. You fit right here.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that he's the type of, let's look at his Instagram while we're saying this, like, do we think he's the type of person that might find love in the pods, and then when he gets out of the pods and he sees the person, that he might be like, oh, like, this is not who I expected. I don't know.
Um yes, and here's why. One, I do feel like he touts his yep, there it is. He's in great shape. That's great. I think even the way he's showing this, he's like, I've done over 420 classes, and I don't know what these things are. The F450, I guess that has to do with the training. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
achievements appear to be very important to him. So whoever this person could be, or whoever might pair up with him, I think they also have to kind of be like minded in that way. They can't be turned off by it. I think they have to be very supportive of that.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting. Looks like he enjoys sports. He went to Orioles game,
So they also need to like baseball.
Baltimore Orioles. Like sports. It's a lot of people who like the outdoors. It looks like he was on the Chesapeake Bay. Looks like maybe he was on a boat looking at somebody who was flying high in the sky. Let's see what else he got going on. Likes dogs.
Is that his dog?
He has a dog, it looks like.
So he needs
Maybe 30
somebody who
weeks
likes
ago.
dogs.
Yeah, it looks like this is his arm. Yeah, so he needs someone who likes dogs. What is this?
And maybe hot
He
dogs
went to
too.
the Wiener Mobile. Okay, so he's out and about. He went outside hot dog. This is him with his job. So he bought some lots in downtown Baltimore, it looks like. So he is, you know, starting to create a space and a legacy, I suppose, for his future family. So
If he
this was
gets paired
13
up,
weeks ago in June.
Do you think he would bring up the topic of a prenup?
Mm, he might. He might. He might. Because I mean, if he has property, you definitely don't want somebody that you're going to get divorced to in a month to, to even try to take part of your property. And I mean, I honestly wouldn't blame anybody if they, I feel like it probably should be required for people on Love is Blind just to do prenups or any of these reality dating shows where you get married, like Married at First Sight or Love is Blind. Like, I think that you should.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know. That's just how it is. He said, my grandmother always thought I could be on TV one day. Okay, Jason.
I agree with these people about the sweater. The sweater is nice, y'all. I can't lie. I saw the sweater and I said
quality stuff.
It looks like a good quality sweater. I'm with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. I was like, it's a nice color. Stuff. It's a nice fit.
Mm-hmm. It looks nice on him. Mm. So that's Jason from Baltimore. So let's see who we got next. Next dude. Okay, different type of sweater here. He has a cardigan blazer with some sort of jeans and some type of sneaker pants. This is Leo, 31 art dealer, so that fits. And he's an Aries. And he spends his days running his family's growing art dealing business. And he's into yoga and meditating. He says he's crunchy, which people don't often see from him. And he wants someone who has a sense of humor.
Okay.
Who's girly girl. So he likes a girly girl.
I have feelings about that, but okay.
Let's see. And Leo has a TikTok, so that should be interesting too. But let's check out Leo's Instagram. Uh-oh, he's already talking about his blind calling on we don't even know if he gets airtime. Okay, Leo. Is he going to be the type of person that we see that we're like, oh, okay, that's why you went on the show? Let's see what he's even talking about. Let's turn this off.
Very interesting.
Huh. Okay. What do you think?
I'm glad he's passionate about his job. I'm curious to see if people respond to it. My other thought is he looks more attractive there than in whatever shot they did for the promos.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was judging. Okay. I'm sorry. That comment about like I like girly girls. I'm looking at your picture like, bro, I don't know. But I'm gonna take it back. I stand corrected after watching the video. I stand corrected.
Yeah. And at least he comes off genuine in the video. Because at first I was kind of like, so what you gonna talk about Love is Blind? You haven't even been on the show yet. But the fact that he wants to figure out how he can like, okay, if I'm going to get some additional followers from this and stuff like that, at least let's let some other people get some shine. So we'll see kind of how it goes. We'll see what his role is on the show and if we actually see him falling in love. He says all the dates he goes on feel superficial. So we'll see. Is that because, like, as soon as he talks about art dealing, then people are like, ooh, dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs.
Could it also be a regional thing too? Like just thinking about
Yeah.
this area and I mean, let's be real, y'all. The cost of living is high here. So there are people here who are bougie and have jobs
Mm-hmm.
with very powerful people. And the very first question that a lot of people tend to ask here is, oh, well, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
So many other questions you can ask. So I agree with him. Like I can see how, especially dating in this area, like it could feel very superficial.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It looks like he does a lot of videos. The role of art in designing spaces, the impact of a high school art teacher. Do you have a favorite artist? So his stuff, it looks like he's just talking to random people on the street. It doesn't seem as much of just about him. So it's clear that he's passionate about art. So I think that he would either be introducing people to culture or want somebody, that has been cultured in some way or that cares about different culture and could care about art and things like that. So,
he definitely needs an intellectual, like definitely somebody who's going to be willing to have very deep conversations. Like honestly, not even about art because
mhm.
there are some topics over there that like there was one around identity, and I was like, that's very interesting. Like he seems like he can be very introspective at times and is probably thinking about the meaning of life and art and how this intersects and what does this mean for where we are today and where we might be tomorrow.
Mhm.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I think he could be interesting. It seems like he must have a personality. So, I think that's important. And that's important for the pods too. Like you have to have a personality in the pods because otherwise you're going to get lost and you're not going to be on anybody's like top because you're boring. So some of us are, we can get boring, if we're just staring at a wall for hours and hours. So I'm interested to see what Leo has going on. I'm wondering if he can find love here. So it's Leo, and I think he's in DC. Just because he probably has the money for it. I think he
Yes,
lives in DC.
some of those look like they could be any of the different parts. Some of them might be. I mean, I'm thinking anywhere between Logan Circle, McPherson, Farragut. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of
Hmm.
like chairs. I mean, not chairs, benches, um,
Yeah.
and people sitting. Um,
Yeah.
some of them may not even be
Be
in
here. I don't
here.
think all of them are here. I think some of them are in other places.
Yeah, some of them
But it
honestly look
seems like
like
he
it could
could
be New York.
afford. Yeah, I'm assuming he can afford DC. So I'm just gonna assume. And if he's not in DC, then he's like somewhere nearby. So okay. A little bit about Leo. Let's see if we can get to our next person here. Okay. Another tall, dark, and handsome. This is Nick D. He's a 29 real estate agent in Aquarius.
Air sign has entered the chat. The last airbender. Let's go.
And he's a former college football player. So he was an athlete. He retired his cleats. He could not play in the NFL. So he built a stable real estate career. So now he's ready to find the perfect wife.
Yeah, best
Oh,
wishes.
interesting. He attracted to a specific type of woman physically, ambition, and confidence are major turn ons. So, okay, we'll see. And he doesn't want someone who's going to latch on to me and ride my wave. I want someone who's going to provide value to my life, and I want to do the same for them. Okay, we'll see what value means. And let's see what his Instagram. We got Nicholas Dorka. He says DMV. When people say DMV, that means they're not from DC. Just as a so if they're from DC, they will say they're from DC or they live in DC. If they don't, then that means they're probably in Maryland or Virginia. So let's see kind of like where he's from. Say he's a real estate matchmaker. Uh my best quality is quiet confidence. Okay. And then he says,
Hmm.
did I find love? Guess we'll see. Um, he already did a little viral situation about love may be blind, but buying your dream house shouldn't be. He's
Ah,
already doing reels about love is blind. So that should be interesting.
I'm loving how the cast is like, our episode hasn't dropped yet, but what we're gonna do is just go ahead and just start the momentum. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. So this looks like he's in Old Town Alexandria. So he is a V. So of the DMV, he is a V. He is in Virginia. So this is Alexandria, right off of the water. So we know he is a V. Um, looks like he likes to do boat rides with his friends. That's the um, what's this, the Potomac or whatever? On the boat.
That looks like that tiki bar situation on the Potomac, man. And I don't know if you do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
So he's out there having fun with his homie. He's selling houses. Oh, okay. This is a $900,000 house, and he says about 5 months into the year, and I've had the opportunity to close $8 million in volume. Real estate definitely becomes easier when you get the chance to work with the people you have. So that means you're not gonna have problems, ladies. If you marry him, at least financially, you'll be good because
But he wants
he's
you to
gonna
make sure
have.
you're eating too. You can't just come to the table with nothing. He wants you to bring your own plate. So
Oh
let's
yeah, he
let's
does.
remember that.
So I guess you better be a real estate agent too, honey, because he not trying to give you his whole commission.
Okay. You better be making your six
Uh,
figures.
So he's definitely in the V. He's selling homes, all of that. Oh, went out in DC. 33. Okay. So I don't know. We'll see. He It'll be definitely interesting the type of person that he could potentially pair up with. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. They definitely have to be successful and have their own situation. Okay, Nicholas. Good old my homie Nicholas. All right, let's see who's next here. All right, next. We got this guy here. These pants are looking tight. I don't know. Like all these people's pants are looking tight. I don't know if it's just like the editing of the photos or what. But we have Nick P. He's 31, commercial real estate brokerage, and he is a Sagittarius. Um, and he's a dad. Okay. So we have our first parent on here so far. Oops, sorry. I gotta go back to the share screen. I clicked out of it. My bad, y'all. All right. Here we go. Okay. So we had Nick P here with the little blazer situation happening. I wonder what guidance they give them for like the outfit that they should choose for these pictures.
I almost
Really
want him
curious
to
about that.
take the blazer off.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a baddie, trying to give him a
Mm-hmm.
little hip action.
Show a little arm.
All right. Show us what we working with. So 31, commercial real estate. He's a Sagittarius. He's a dad. Um, and he said he's only formed deep connections with women who checked off the physical box. I've been looking for the one through the wrong lens. So now he wants someone who embraces him and his 9-year-old. So, okay. So, and he likes Star Wars. So that's cool.
He needs someone who knows how to have fun because you have a kid and you like Star Wars. If you like those types of things, nothing
Mm-hmm.
wrong with that. I think I'm a big kid myself, so
Yeah.
he's gonna need somebody who doesn't judge that and is willing to kind of lean into it a little bit.
Fun instead of being serious all the time.
Right there.
And then, okay, he golfs. So it's his 3 generations. So that must be his son and his dad. He golfs with. Oh, look at his son and his dog. That's cool. So that was, well, from Father's Day. So that's cool.
But
So
he's
he
definitely
looks like he enjoys
who is
golfing.
comfortable with kids. Like,
Like you have to be okay with that. Um, he went to advocate for the cystic fibrosis community on the Hill. That's really DC. I'm not saying he lives in DC, but he lives close enough to go to the Hill
I'm
for
seeing
his
a lot of
job.
Maryland leaders in there, though. Peep the names of that's a lot of Maryland.
Oh yeah, Hoyer, Cardin, Van Hollen. Yep. So he
And then we
probably lives in Maryland, maybe Silver Spring or something like that. Because he probably looking for good schools for his son. So yep, we're on the Hill. So that's very DC, very DC. Let's see what else he has going on here. Pictures from a wedding, pictures of friends. Man, his son got a good haircut. Look at his haircut. I love it. Love that. That was from a year ago. So, looks like he's very involved, like an involved father. He's not just like, okay, I'm just here. So somebody is going to have to be ready to have someone, who is involved with their child and enjoys doing things with them. So, should be interesting.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna have to
Nick.
be ready to be a stepmom, like out the
Mm-hmm.
gate, because it's such a huge. Oh, and the M is actually. So yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, so he from Maryland. He from Maryland, guys. Don't know what part of Maryland, but probably Montgomery County or something.
Shout out to Moko.
I think Moco. All right, let's see who we got next because we still on the men, like, and we still haven't gotten to any men of color yet. So we're about to. It's taking forever to get to them.
I
So
swear,
yeah,
if you're
this
not from
next
here, it's
dude.
not like this.
Yeah, it's not. They're not giving us Chocolate City, so we already know that. I like this suit. This looks
I was gonna
nice.
say this is the best outfit I've seen so far, other than the blue
Yeah.
sweater.
Yeah, I think he looks confident. Looks good. This is
Yeah,
Perry. He's
structured.
31. Another realtor. So real estate agent. So we got a lot of people who are in real estate industry. Um,
Mm,
okay, interesting. 6 months as a single guy in
mm,
DC. So he going on this show after being single for 6 months.
mm.
Okay. Um,
I'll reserve my
it's the type
judgment.
of town where you get asked out on LinkedIn. Okay. Dating for years, trying to find that special person, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's what happens with us all. Um, okay. He's great at baking bagels. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's see what Perry has going on. Oh, private. He
Ooh.
said, "Look, y'all, y'all are not gonna know everything about me." They said I'm gonna be private, so we'll see if he opens up his page. So all we can do is judge him based off of his little bio, because Perry says no thanks. So
Mm,
I'm
Okay.
curious if that's because he had an experience where he knows he's about to be a villain or what. Like, I don't know. I'm curious if he was always private. Mm, this is gonna be interesting. So that was Perry. We don't have nothing to say about him because we don't know anything about him yet.
I'm just trying to get an everything bagel though. So Perry, if you see
I
this,
know,
hit us
right?
up.
All right, so we have our next guy here with the flowery shirt and the tight pants.
Oh, jeez.
This is Ramses. He looks like a Ramses though. He's 35 and he's a program associate at a justice reform nonprofit.
Okay. Okay.
He's a
We live it.
Cancer. He hasn't felt fully understood by his past partners. Okay. So he wants to be seen and appreciated, wants vulnerability, someone who practiced empathy, and
Okay.
he's also a divorcee.
Hmm.
And they grew in different directions. So it's been 4 years since his divorce. So I think that's good. That's enough time to kind of move forward, hopefully, and not be carrying on too much of that. So he said he's fully healed. So let's see what type of woman he wants to spend his life with and if he finds love. I feel like I saw him on the preview, so I think he does find someone, but we'll see who it is and, like what the vibes are. So we have Ramses. He said he's looking for a partner that practices empathy. Would I cross the Potomac for love? Absolutely not. Would I be willing to fall in love behind a wall? 100%. Okay. So we'll see. Definitely curious about him. But we have our first male of color so far that we can talk about. So we got a black man on the show. He said peace to summer 24. Let's see what he did this year because this was like a week ago. He goes to concerts, the Boiler Room. Oh, hold up. I'm not showing it. Sorry, guys.
I was
My
about to
bad.
say, I was like, wait, I'm not seeing it.
Okay, yeah, because I got to change the tab. So he goes to concerts. He likes whatever kind of drink that is. He has random things he likes to eat. Foodie. That's him riding on a bike. And that's definitely DC. That is very DC. Like those the
Those
sidewalk.
piles.
Yeah. Definitely DC. Um okay. What's that, probably Rock Creek Park or something movie? Hmm.
Yeah.
He went to the National Gallery of Art. So he's
Yeah.
he's in DC. Like he's in DC,
Oh,
DC.
that
Like he's
definitely
hanging
looks
out.
like was that Jazz in the Garden? Is that what that was?
Yeah, that's probably Jazz in the Gardens because National Gallery of Art. So he's somebody that's gonna be hanging out in DC and enjoying himself. So this was his summer dump. He's hanging out. He's going to parties, doing all the things. So he's a busybody. So he's free Palestine. So he's definitely he cares about what's going on nationally and in the world. So I think that'll be interesting because that means you have to, a lot of times when people are outspoken about world events, they want someone else who is also outspoken about world events. So it'll be interesting if he finds somebody that's just as passionate about those things as he is, or at least cares enough and stuff like that. So,
Is that Art Tech
uh,
House? Where is that?
yep, you got it, Art Tech House DC. So he was out there. He's outside. Ramses is outside this summer. It looks like he went to District Winery.
Yeah, his page is given DC. Like as someone,
Yeah.
so someone who has lived in DC, yes. Like all of these places, I would expect to visit.
He
To
travels a bit.
oh, oh, these pictures are beautiful.
So it looks like even as a working for a nonprofit and stuff that he still gets to travel and do things. So that's good. Oh, look at little Ramses. Okay. Look at
Oh.
little Ramses. So it'll be interesting. I'm curious of who he found love with because I know I saw him in the previews. So I'm really curious. And he says DC, so he's definitely in DC somewhere. Um, just curious of what we're gonna think about him and if we're gonna like him or not. Not sure. We'll see. All right, so let's go to the next. Try to get through these men. Okay, look at him with his little hair thing happening. Um, Raymond, he's 33. He's a consultant and a Sagittarius. He's military, so it's gonna be some military. We got a lot of military people here so far because we were thinking everybody was thinking it was gonna be a whole bunch of government people and government contractors, but they ain't trying to
Mhm.
lose their jobs. So we're gonna get veterans. Like instead of getting government contractors, we're getting veterans. So he said he's multiracial. He wants someone who appreciates all sides of his personality. Oh, he's smart because he has degrees from Oxford and Yale. So that'll be interesting. Um, he was big into musical theater in his childhood and loves
Oh.
stage and all that type of stuff, being on stage. So I don't know. This should be interesting. Let's look at his photo.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Half Korean, all American.
That first picture, that looks like what is it called? Those Spartan run. Yeah.
Uh-huh. He said, go tell the
Woo!
Spartans. So he out here
Woo!
trying hard things. So that's a good thing. Like he tries hard things. He's not stagnant. He's gonna do some different stuff. So I like that.
Yeah,
You
he's in
know,
shape, y'all. So whoever the girl can't be one of those people who's like, "Oh, I don't work out, I just eat." Not when
yeah.
he's doing Spartan race.
Mm-mm. And he also can't be like, oh, I don't know how to do it. Like, look, dude, go take the trash out. Cause if you could do Spartan race, you can take the trash out. You better be able to fix some stuff or do something, man. So he went to West Point, it looks like. So West Point, Oxford, and Yale, like that's a pretty big deal. Um, so it'll be interesting
Mm.
to see how he might come off on the show. Look at this body though.
I told y'all the man's in shape. Spartan race? Come on now.
50 Shades of Ray.
I
Okay,
can
boo.
barely walk up the stairs. I just and he has a picture of walking up the stairs too. That's how I knew. I was like, oh, he's not playing. As soon as look at that
He
picture.
like he said, nah, y'all not gonna be lazy. Like no laziness with this dude. No laziness.
Mm-mm.
So he cannot find somebody who is lazy. That's
Mm-mm.
what I know about Ray. Like you can't be lazy fooling with him because he'd be like, look, man, I do Spartan races for breakfast.
He's like 4 a.m. Get up. Time to go to the gym. Let's go.
Right.
Pump that iron.
Exactly. You be
Woo.
like, oh, like my dude, really? Hey, next one. Okay. He looks like a lumberjack or something without the plaid.
It's giving Brawny.
Steven, he's an electrician. Okay. An electrician, Cancer. He's fun and outgoing.
He's a former
Um,
Marine.
Up another former Marine.
Wow.
Military, like there has to, I wonder what the percentage is. Folks who I wonder if we have any women veterans on here, like where people will find like some connection from their military connection. Um, so he's exhausted by the appearance driven dating scene. He wants to connect over laughs and a Lord of the Rings movie marathon. Um, so we got, another like Lord of the Rings type of person. Let's see what.
This is something that's probably going to come up, right? Because we're in this era right now where it's absolutely it's actually good if you're a nerd. You're a nerd, you're a geek, whatever
Mm-hmm.
you want to call yourself, right? And we're finding that I think this comes up a lot, especially with women, because a lot of these things they don't get advertised to us after a certain age. Like I just feel like there's more of a sense of responsibility that's placed on women. So you'll hear a lot of times like women are just like, oh, why are you playing video games, or why are you watching that, or why are you doing this? And
Mm-hmm.
it's very I think it's I think it's getting a little better, but it can be very rare to find one, a woman that you think is attractive that also watches and or does some of those activities or can tolerate them and doesn't think it's a waste of time. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious to see once we get to the women if there are any of them that have interests that are aligned with some of that.
Yeah.
It's very specific. I mean, I've watched all of the Lord of the Rings. It's a very specific genre. Like they're long. They're like 3 hour movies.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta enjoy it.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you
I don't
gotta
know.
enjoy it. He likes to work out. And I did the work for y'all on this one. He is in, I think, Reston or something like that for this. So he's in Virginia. So he is a V
Y'all, Reston is
for
like Dulles.
Virginia.
Take a flight out.
Yeah. So if he finds love with somebody in Baltimore,
It's not gonna
it's
work.
gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
It's not gonna
So
work, y'all. If that
he has
happens.
a dog, so he gotta find somebody who's interested in dogs. And then he said he's part of the cast. My type is a woman who wants you but doesn't need you. So he wants an independent woman. So we'll see. We'll see what
I
he ends up with.
I
If,
get it, but I don't get it. I don't know that.
and
I get what he's saying.
and also, I know electricians make money, but do you think that some of the women on the show will hear that he's an electrician and be like turned off because he's
They're gonna
not?
judge him.
Yeah.
They're gonna judge him immediately. But let me tell you, ladies, okay, I just had a light fixed in the house, and he completely rewired it, and he rewired it in like uh, less than 10 minutes, and I was just amazed. I watched the whole time, like literally
Mm-hmm.
removing wires, then stripping wires, taking old wires, creating new connections, and then making it so that this light no longer needs this weird box that I don't even know. Look, don't sleep on your electricians. All they're smart.
Mm-hmm. And they be making good money for the house call too.
Okay.
So this will be interesting. I'm curious if he'll find someone or what the conversations will be like for him. These people are, I mean, these men are very interesting. Let's see. We got another black man um, with his red, with the vest. I don't know who told him to wear this vest
I'm
though,
sorry.
with the white tie.
I
Like,
love
I
us,
feel
but
he could have done better. Like, yeah, some things you just got to run by your friends or something before you go on the show. Um, and this is Tamar. He's 33. He's a video editor and animator. So that's a different type of career for this. He's a tourist. He's been single for the last 5 years. Uh, and he took part in a Love is Blind inspired single events for people in his hometown of Baltimore. So he's a Baltimore person. So we'll see if he finds love. He's not big on drama queens and vegans. And his ex had a habit of blowing things out of proportion. He likes to be drama free. Okay, we'll
the
see.
only flag that I have is this notion of finding someone and then just putting them in this perfectly created spot. Like this whole like, oh, easily integrate into your friend group. Sometimes it's not as easy to do that, and sometimes like it's I don't know. I guess it depends on what he means by that. I'm curious.
Yeah. I think the struggle with this cast, because they are older, is going to be when we're older, we're more stuck in our ways. And we're stuck into what we're used to doing and how we want to do it. And like you said, we want somebody to fit in the box of who we
Yeah.
are versus integrating and merging together a bit. Like we're a little less um flexible. So it'll be interesting. So it looks like he has a tattoo. A day without laughter is a day wasted. So he got a tattoo a little over a year ago, June of last year. That was his first tattoo. So looks like he likes to laugh. That was important to him. And also looks like he's on a workout journey at the end of 2022.
Ladies, if there's anything that we've learned today, it's go ahead and get in that gym, because I think almost every single guy we've looked at is in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it seems like, or at least trying to be. Like they're trying to do what they got to do. I'm understanding of even the most outrageous things. Okay.
Hmm.
Apparently, Renee knows him. This person, Renee, knows him.
I
And
wonder if he can be too understanding, right? Like it seems like in the
mm-hmm.
past, like he ended up with somebody who just was just all into the drama. It seems like he needs somebody who's very like in tune with themselves, um, but is
and then
open.
and he has to be assertive too. So I think that's the
Yeah.
other thing. Like people get walked on when they're not assertive. So I am curious if he's gonna show some level of assertiveness. It looks like he just did some sort of mud run or something like
Is
that
that the mud rut?
recently.
Maybe it's the mud rutter. Yeah, the
A
muddy,
muddy,
muddy
yeah,
dash.
muddy something. So that's cool. So he's out here trying to change his life, it looks like, because he got down a pant size. So he's working on his fitness journey.
Yeah. So his health is very
Um,
important to him too. So whoever, if he matches with anyone, that person is also going to have to take their health seriously.
hmm Maybe he should have worn something like that. Maybe he should have just took the wedding suit and worn that for the pictures. So I feel like this looks a little better.
Just take the tie off and just open up the shirt just a slight smidge.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Like, I think this might have worked a little bit more for him if he had still had that suit, perhaps. You know, this doesn't look bad. Like this picture of him isn't bad. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what Tamar has going on all the way from Baltimore. Um, yeah, I'm curious. I'm very curious.
Oh, Tamar is
Um,
also into Marvel. Well, as an animator, of course. So this also goes
mhm,
back to what I'm saying. Like, it also has to be somebody who is very supportive of this kind of genre. They can't be
mhm.
like, oh, this is like a waste of time. And especially since that
But
is his field.
yeah, like that's his job. He's a video editor and a 2D animator. Like you're gonna have to, he has an imagination, likely.
So,
So he said, "I'm
ladies,
just a big guy with an even bigger heart."
oh,
So I
get
hope he
ready to
doesn't
go to
get his
Comic
heart
Con.
broken. I know, right? Okay, so that's Tamar. Let's see, how close are we towards the end? Okay, we still got a couple more people before we get to the women.
Oh, good.
All right, so we're gonna go faster. Let's get Tim. He's 33. He's a web content strategist and he's a Virgo.
Boo.
He says he's a no boo though. He's a old soul. He's wanted to get married for a long time. Said his dating life is like a reality show. He says Tim believes none of his past partners have been able to fully understand him, so he's looking to break the streak with a confident and graceful Black woman who appreciates direct communication. So is that him saying he never dated a Black woman before? That's what it sounded like. That he's just like, oh, now I want to have a Black woman. So let's see what Tim is about. Let's look at his page. Okay, it says DJ. Um, One day we're all gonna look back and cringe at how seriously we took ourselves on Instagram. Okay.
I'm not, but shout out to Instagram.
So he got family here.
Okay.
So let's see his picture. My best qualities are my empathy and tenderness. I hereby submit myself to the court of public opinion in the name of love. May they be kind and just. Not somebody going in on him, talking about did they make you wear this shirt? Was that a choice you made?
I need them to pause. I actually like the yellow, but
Yeah.
I
I think it
understand.
pops for him.
I do too. Let him
Mm-hmm.
cook, please. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
like let him live. It's
He said, "Did they
okay.
not allow hats?" People in the comments be so brutal. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So this must be family here. He said blood's thicker than mud. He got family in Georgia. So if you find him, you're gonna be going down south to visit family.
Oh, did that
So
that looked like it almost said pork something
yeah,
chitlins maybe.
chitterlings, I think. Yeah, pork skins and cracklings.
Oh,
So that's interesting.
that's the South, baby.
So he got family down south. Seems like they like to have a good time at the festival. Nice little down home. He's
So
playing the
family's gonna be very important.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's Godby
Oh,
Road, and that looks like that's his last name. So clearly his family got some land or something like that down
yeah,
south.
that's huge.
Mm-hmm. So they seem
Is
to be
this like a
having a
family
good time.
reunion?
Maybe the football game. It looks like 'cause this is like 4 weeks ago. So maybe he has family, or maybe this is his alma mater. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, some music. This
Is that
church.
church?
Yeah, it looks like a church. So he went home and had to go to church. Looks like
Okay,
out in the
let's
middle of the
go.
country. So I mean, we got probably a little nephew or cousin or something like that.
I see some football in the background. Toot toot.
Football on. Somebody's room that has a lot of posters and music. So I mean, it looks like family is going to be important for him.
Mm-hmm.
And hanging out and stuff.
I think definitely what you said
It's probably
earlier.
his mom or somebody. He's there for somebody's birthday. It looks like.
They're definitely gonna have to be willing to go down and hang out in Georgia. That is for certain.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wonder if that's where he's from, and then he
Yeah,
moved up here
just
for
moved
work.
up here. That's likely. So it seems like you have a lot going on. This disabled veteran.
Yeah, I was just about to say, click on it.
That season.
Oh,
So he's a veteran too.
there's a lot of
Okay.
Marine, Navy showing up here. Wow.
All right. So he's
Welcome
a
to
veteran.
DC.
Yep. So DC, but he probably lives in Maryland. I think he lives in Maryland. So okay, Tim. We'll see how we think about Tim. And then, okay, another black man. So we do have some black men on this show, guys. He has the red blazer, the red shoes. Okay. Tyler, he's 34. He's an account manager and a Libra. Another former military man. So another veteran.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say that I believe that 95% of the male cast of this season are veterans.
clearly, clearly
Like,
veterans. So this should be interesting. And then he said his last relationship ended because his ex didn't have her life together. Okay. So he's searching for a self possessed woman who can match his energy.
what does that mean? Like, I need him to be more specific because having your life together looks differently for different people.
Yeah. And like the whole point of, finding a partnership is that you find someone you can build with, and
Oh, he's
experience life with and grow with. And he's Virginia.
woo! That's why he
So
wants
he's
somebody to have their life together. It's
because it
expensive.
costs money. Costs money. So let's see if he finds love. I'm still single because I'm looking in the wrong places.
That's probably true.
Okay. So we'll see about that. Looks like he celebrated his birthday in the pod. So he might get some screen time because it's showing his birthday. He got a picture of his birthday. So we might get to know a little bit about Tyler. That's we'll see.
Oh, but this also gives us a hint too because isn't he a Libra?
Oh.
So was this filmed last October? When is
Maybe his
Libra?
yeah, Libra.
Last fall. So
Yeah.
are we about a year out from when they filmed? Ooh.
Yeah, sounds like it. So we might be a year out. So if he celebrated his birthday in the pause in October, September, October, then yeah, we're probably about a year out. So I guess we'll see. And it
Okay.
looks like he'll get some screen time. He hangs out in DC. He said no cool caption. I just like the fit. So he does hang out in DC. Um, some random creep looking picture of him.
Oh wait, hold
30
on.
weeks.
Wait, before you go, that Fuji, that sound.
Oh, that's like the Qatar. He's up in
That's
is that Crofton?
yeah.
Gambrels.
I was gonna say that's up by us out here in these streets.
That's definitely Gambrels. See, look at you, super sleuth.
I,
That's why we're a team here. That's why we're a team, because
I
you're a
was
super
like,
sleuth.
I would have zoomed in if it was on my phone. I'm like,
Uh-huh. Okay, so he's probably hanging out in Maryland a little bit. So maybe he won't mind if someone lives not in Virginia.
okay.
If he comes out here every now and
A lot of
then.
T's in there. I wonder if that's like the green turtle.
Maybe he hangs out in Arlington, it looks like.
Okay.
With his homies, hanging out here. Okay.
Okay, he likes to go out to the bars, y'all.
So he likes to be outside. He likes hoochie daddy shorts.
I just saw a Union Station photo.
Oh yeah, at the train. Oh, this is
Oh no, it's
Newark.
Newark.
Okay,
That's even worse.
but
I was just there.
so he up and down the Amtrak. He's done a race. Okay, so it'll be interesting. So it looks like we'll see him. So we'll see what we get to know about Tyler this season. We'll see if we like him or not. If he gives us the vibes. And I think
Is
this
he the
will
last one?
actually bring yep, this will bring us to the women.
All right, before we
All
get to the
right.
women, real quick, I just want to say
Okay.
this. I hope that these men give the women a chance, even if they don't appear to be like 100% physically fit. And I just want to say this before we get into the women, because right
Mm-hmm.
now, I, I think all of the men gave us pretty heavy indicators that they are in good physical shape and or probably work out multiple times a day.
Mm-hmm. And like outdoor things and
Yeah,
active lifestyles.
exactly. So I'm
So
curious, will the women line up with that?
yeah, because I feel like it's 50-50 with women here. Like some women are outdoorsy and some are not. Are more of like girly girls and stuff like that. So we're gonna see. All right, so let's go to the women. Let's see who this is. She has on dress here with the sleeves. This is Alexandra. She's 33. She's a producer
Okay,
and she's
girl.
a Leo. She said, my heart is made of gold. Her exes have not handled her heart with care.
Mm.
One ex wasn't upfront about his sexual orientation, and another was unfaithful.
Mm.
Okay, so she could be coming with some baggage potentially. So it
That's what I
depends
was
on if she's
thinking.
healed from that. But she says she's not giving up on love, especially if a tall and fine gentleman who leads with compassion and confidence comes into the picture.
I
I
wonder
don't
who that
know if
will
we
be.
have I don't know if we have anybody that matches that. We'll see. Let's see her profile. Pretty Little Birdie is her thing. So she says she's in DC. And she's a fashion producer and she calls herself your 90s dream girl. Okay. Uh-oh, she already got the still of her face.
Ooh.
So who is she listening to? I wonder. Oh, okay. So
Oh.
she's gonna make it. Cause this looks like daddy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So we know she makes it out the pods. Who did
Ah,
she make it out the pods with?
I,
I want to know. Uh-oh. It's
I
giving. Oh, shucks.
I think she gave us a little hint when she
Who
said
is it?
tall.
Yes, it
Hmm.
has to be somebody tall. But she don't know if they're tall yet in the
I
pods.
mean,
I mean, because sometimes I'm curious how much they have conversations about that. But she said Watch me follow my heart and maybe trip over it when it premieres October 2nd on Netflix. Okay. I could get along with literally everyone. Okay, so we know Alexandra is going to make it out the pods. So I'm curious who she's going to make it out the pods with.
I'm also just curious, where does she live? Like, where is this? Oh, that
It said DC
it's
on
in
here.
DC.
So
Oh,
maybe she does live actually in the city.
I was gonna say this looks like a building on 8th Street, but I can't tell just by the staircase
Mm-hmm.
because it's given the Apollo
Yeah, this is
over by
cute.
8th, which has a beautiful area.
Okay, I see you,
Hey.
girl. She coming with it. A little photo shoot.
I mean, she said she's a fashion producer, so she know how to put it
Mm-hmm.
together.
Okay, girl, I see
Okay.
you. Pink pumps, middle part bust down.
Okay, England.
Okay. She went to Europe this year, or last year. Um, okay.
She knows how to have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Photo shoots. So it's interesting. So she living her life. She living her life. So
I do wonder. So this is an interesting thing. She definitely has a full life, and I think the work she does probably puts her around a lot of powerful men. I do
mm,
wonder if that could trigger potential insecurity in the guy she matches with.
yeah, it could.
'Cause she's very
And the
pretty.
fact and the other thing is a lot of men say they want independent women and women who have their own and stuff like that, but sometimes they can't handle it. So that'll be interesting. And the way her daddy looked in this photo,
He looks concerned.
he gonna give the real. Like I can't. Is he gonna be our favorite dad for this season? Our
I
favorite parent?
know. We
Because
need favorite
there's
parents.
always that parent that we're like, oh yeah, we love you. We're here for you. So I'm curious if he's gonna be, since they already got the still of it. I'm really curious if he's gonna be that parent that we love. So all right, Alexandra, I can't wait to see your journey, girl. This will be really cool. And hopefully, whoever she matched with, that, it's a good person for her. Since we know that she makes it out the pods. All right. So next, we
The
have
girls are
Pretty in Pink.
baddies. Yes,
Yes, Pretty
yes.
in Pink here. A little rhinestone action. This is Allie, 31, master esthetician.
Okay.
She's attracted to tall teddy bear men with southern charm. I don't think we saw any of those.
Oh
So
no. Wait, but the butt.
but somehow ends up with dating short bald men. So we'll see what happens. She's a beauty and skincare expert. She settled for less. She's come from a diverse family, so she wants people who are cultural exploration.
Oh.
I mean, and she's a fellow Potterhead, like so she wants
Okay.
somebody who's into Potter, Harry Potter.
She
That could
also
be
wants someone that
interesting.
leads with empathy, and we saw that in someone else's.
Yeah, so we saw that a couple other profiles. We have our, like, if we talk about cultural exploration, we could think about our art dealer friend who likes culture. I don't know. We'll see what Allie has going on. Let's see what her profile is like. She's the Potomac esthetician. I wonder if she's saying Potomac, I wonder if she's
Okay,
on the
shout out to
side.
Moco. Let's
Yeah, I'm
go.
thinking Moco. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I could click in here and see
You'll have to share
where
it
are
so
we
we can
booking. Let me see.
there we go.
Keeps doing other tabs. Let's
Yeah,
see.
baby. It is
Yeah,
giving.
so she is literally in Potomac.
Shout out to
So she
Montgomery
is
County,
literally in
Maryland.
Potomac. So that's what Allie has going on. So she is in Maryland, and see what she says. I'm very sensitive. I'm a water sign through and through. I told y'all you were going to be seeing a lot of this dress. See you October 2nd on Netflix and see if Love is Really Blind in the District. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Pisces.
I love it. I love it. So she has a picture of the pods.
She said, "Why am I holding a small chalice?"
Oh, this should be interesting. Look at her
Yes,
over
pink
here
dress.
get into the pods. Mm-hmm.
Yes, pink dress.
Yes, pink dress. Let's go. Maybe this is like the first. Maybe it's whatever the first outfit was that they wore. Um.
I like
So
her.
she's talking.
She seems so down to earth.
Yeah, her face looks beautiful. Of course, it has to because she's an esthetician. What she sound like?
She said she doesn't remember saying any of those things.
Okay, she got personality. I love
She's
it.
hilarious.
I love it. I'm gonna have to go to her TikTok after this because I feel
Gold
like
star for Allie. Gold
I
star.
think you know what? I'm already gonna follow her just because, and she already
Gold,
got 11.6.
gold star for
But
Allie. Like
I'm following her just off of that.
she was like, "That's diabolical." What I did.
She's like, let me break down. Like I don't even remember saying this. And she said she's fun size with some thighs. So I feel her. That's cute. We see
Girl, let
the
me get me a
pink
facial.
dress
You down the
again.
street.
Exactly. She's talking about skincare for folks in the US Open a couple weeks ago, what she would be using. So she got good content. So she's on here with the content, but I think it's clear. I love that even in the midst of this being like her business page, she showed her personality with this whole Love is Blind situation. So I like her. I hope she finds love. And if she doesn't, I'm still gonna follow her because she seems like she's fun.
I also want to know what Harry Potter house she's in.
Oh yeah, you know about that.
That's all me, y'all. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna probably come out. It's gonna come out. We're gonna know.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Okay, so all right.
Oh.
I'm loving the diversity of the women, so this should be interesting. So we have this brown number here, Ashley A. So we must have another Ashley.
Let's go,
She's
Aquarius.
32, marketing director, and an Aquarius. And she's a ride or die. She hasn't found someone who protects her heart the way they protect their own.
Oh.
So she's been the one to go through people's phones, and she's done playing games and wants to open her heart for a faith-driven guy who appreciates her stealthy sense of humor, quiets her anxieties. I haven't seen anybody on here that showed like the men who were talking about faith of any way. So that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind joining her on a home goods run for time to time. Okay, let's see. Let's see what Ashley is talking about. She's beautiful though. Okay, we're gonna get to this next picture. Okay, so love it. I haven't found someone to protect my heart the way they protect her, protect theirs. Okay, so we saw that. Let's see this one. She makes it out the pods, but she look a little stressed. So we're gonna see who does she match with. October can't come fast enough. All right.
I wish we could zoom in because I'm like, is that the ring?
Yeah, it looks like it because somebody is saying like I see a ring.
I literally just.
So this looks like a ring. Yeah, I can't. I wish I could on here, but she makes it out the pods. So not me tiptoeing around all day in these Saint Laurent heels to go on dates with men that couldn't even see me. So that is gonna be interesting.
That could have a double meaning there.
Yeah. Okay, she's giving body, giving
Okay, let's
body.
give a body and face card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, little attitude, boat life. So she's somewhere on vacay. It looks like Colorado.
I
In Colorado.
wonder if this might also be a situation where she gets paired with someone and she has multiple connections and the other connection sees her and is like, oh.
Oh. Like dang. Like she could be one of those ones that they show up in the mixer and they're like, oh shoot. Dang, I should have chose her.
It's giving.
It's giving body.
It's giving
giving face card. So we about to see. Hold up. Oh, that says Ashley. I thought it said wifey for a second. I'm about to be like, how did that get on here?
I was about to be like, okay, girl. Speaking of
yes. So she's giving. So I'm interested in her journey and who out of these men she paired with. She's giving sexy Mrs. Claus here a couple years ago. So we're gonna see. I'm very interested in kind of like who she ended up with. Yeah. Especially as like she got Believer up here. So I'm really curious because none of the men talked about their faith in their bio. So
I also do wonder sometimes, like I think women are more likely to lead with that than men are.
Yeah, that's true.
And I do wonder because I'm gonna make this assumption now without watching. There's at least one or two in there. There's got to be.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. So what I can say so far is we do have Black women in the pods. So, and we have women of color in the pods. So we have here, who is this? Ashley W. So we have two Ashleys. She's 32. A health and wellness educator. She's a Cancer. She's a girly girl and an inner tomboy. She likes to play sports. She's adventurous. And she's also a middle school teacher looking for an athletic, compassionate, well-groomed partner. And then if he can pay the bills, that's even better.
That's going to be important because she's a teacher.
And because she has somebody who was like living off of her. So I guess we're gonna see what her situation is. I'm really curious because some people don't make it out the pod. She's Maryland. Oh, she might be close to like Baltimore or something because she went to Morgan State. Okay, so let's see. So she's in the pod crew.
Yeah, she's definitely Baltimore because she's wearing a Ravens jersey or one of them.
I'm still single because I love my alone time. That fits for 30s.
Yeah.
Definitely fits for 30s. Yep. Ravens Nation. Cute outfit. Oh, so she's a dancer too? Okay. Well, that's cool. So she had, because that's what we're going to see is like the women are going to have different hobbies than the men, She likes to be outdoors too. She's at Harper's Ferry.
Okay. Harper's Ferry is over in West Virginia, for those who don't know where that is.
So, I mean, it seems like she's like the get you a girl who could do both type of thing. Like I can step out and I can look cute and fly and do my thing, but you can also find me, doing whatever. So, and I like sports and stuff like that. So, looked like she graduated 2016 from Morgan State. So, okay. I'm interested to see if Ashley finds love on here. Let's go. Let's see who's next. Cause yep, we needed some blondes in here. So let's see. This dress doesn't really do much for her. I think she.
Yeah, I think she should have gone with a darker color, slightly darker color. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
like a slightly darker green.
Also, another esthetician. So she's 33.
Mm,
Esthetician, cancer,
also Baltimore.
Baltimore. So she regularly
Baltimore.
collects garbage. Okay. Um, she's an esthetician and environmentalist. So she dated a rock star before. She's a
Mm,
wild card. She dated older men. I
mm.
don't think she's gonna get that on here. So I think that'll be interesting. Let's see. Okay, beach cleanups. She wrote a book, it looks like. I wonder if she makes it out the pods. Did you know the boys love a blonde? Okay, at least she gets some level of screen time. I don't know if that was just a second or not, but okay. Brittany. Okay, low key living. Let's see what she doing. So she's in Baltimore. Okay. Backyard parties somewhere in the Baltimore area. Celebrating somebody's birthday. Cats. Okay. So it looks like she gets out and about, but then
Most likely.
also she definitely doing her thing out here. So I think she would probably be one of those people that if they didn't like her in the pods and they saw her, they would be like, oh shoot. Like they probably would have chose her if they had gotten to see her type of thing, I think, because she's giving, definitely giving right here. But I think she's also trying to show people because she's an environmentalist that she's not just about her beauty, but also about taking care of the earth and the world. So, yeah. Okay, Brittany. I'm interested to see if because that's the thing. Like, you wish you could see everybody's story, but you're not. It's like, whose story will you really see? All right. So the next person, Dylan. She's 30. She's a realtor and artist. Okay, because remember we have an artist as one of the men, so that'll be interesting. But she's in Baltimore, so this is gonna be interesting because most of the men it seem like we're like DC, Virginia, and we've had a couple women so far who are on the Baltimore side. So we'll see
That sounds
if that
chaotic
makes a
already.
difference.
That
Like,
sounds like chaos.
okay, she wants a motivated and goofy guy. And if he could teach her how to finally ride a bike. But we did see another real estate agent who was in Baltimore, or like the guy who has the property in Baltimore. And then she's a real estate agent, a realtor. So hmm, maybe that could be a thing. Let's see. Hot fire.
I
My
mean,
dentist said I
we might
growl when
even
I
find
sneeze.
out that some of these realtors know each other because this is a
Oh yeah, it's a
small
small
region.
world. Mm-hmm. A key to embracing my heart is understanding and embracing my weirdness. Okay. So that should be interesting.
I think she'll definitely connect with the art dealer, at least in the pods. Like they'll connect over their love for art. That's gonna come up.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, will you get chosen? Because that's the other people is like, you don't like some people are gonna get real deep conversations. Okay. Boudoir on the gram. It's dogs. But it should be interesting because some people like who are going to be those people who are in the love triangle, who you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I
But she
think
doesn't
this
have
one.
much on here.
Yeah, I can't really gauge her personality fully. But even though
Yeah.
she's a realtor, it just seems like she wants to lean more into the art. That's just the vibe.
Hmm.
Just based off these pictures, I would
Yeah,
say.
and the man has to be okay. And for a lot of women, men have to be okay when their woman wants to show things off on the gram too. So, okay, we'll see what Dylan, what's up with Dylan, and if we see her at all on the show. Okay, so next we have green and tan with cowboy boots.
What is going on with this green, y'all?
Yeah,
Like,
this is not DC to me, but okay. This looks like she's supposed to be in Houston.
it's giving Bama
She's 20.
Rush. That's what's giving.
She's 27, medical device scale sales, Aquarius. And so she's saying her lack of filter is a blessing or a curse when it comes to her dating life.
Mm.
Okay. 3 years of being single. She's a self-proclaimed country girl. So she's from West Virginia. I wonder if she still. There's no way she could still live in West Virginia and go on this show.
No, she probably, if she lives in West Virginia, I can see her probably living in like somewhere in like, no, it looks like she might be in DC.
Let's see. The calm before the storm.
On the
Oh,
Eastern Shore.
so I'm wondering if, because this looks like, even though she said the calm before the storm, and this was like a day ago. So I'm curious if she's talking about like doing a double entendre between the weather from this past weekend and the fact that she's going to be on Love is Blind. So I wonder if we'll get to see her since she's saying the calm before the storm.
Probably.
Looks like she likes a little bit of nature, being outside. Okay.
She's a beach girl, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, see, so here's also my problem is when people pick their outfit, like for this, we see this outfit, but we don't see none of like this. Like when people pick their outfits. So it's really interesting.
I'm just gonna go on record and say this about every single cast member we've seen. All of them look hotter in their regular pictures than they do in these promos. So whoever's taking these promos, please stop.
Yeah, like, or like give them some more guidance on what to wear, something, because they are giving in there, like whatever they put on the gram looks, makes them look way better.
Yeah, I wonder if they're giving them like a list of colors and everyone's like, I'm gonna pick this like green. It's just not working.
So it looks like she traveled to Philly. I can't tell where she lives, but I'm assuming she lives in Virginia somewhere. Like she's giving me. Oh, this is West Virginia.
That was 2 years ago, though.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Which
What
one do you want me to click?
The one where she's, that one.
Baltimore? Oh, so she's in Baltimore too? This one doesn't say it. Yeah, this looks like this is in Charlotte. Okay. Yeah, I'm very curious.
I feel like she's here, but she's not here. Like she probably doesn't intend to stay in this area. Like she's probably just here for her job, and I don't.
This is Delaware. So she's all over the place. Yeah. That's going to be interesting with all of these people because it seems like a lot of them like to travel. A lot of them like to be all over the place. So I'm curious if people will, like how you come up with the long-term strategy in terms of like, oh, we're going to get married when you're kind of all over the place.
And just even thinking about the kind of places you want to go to, right? Because let's just go ahead and just knock this elephant out of the room. Most of the guys were in the military, so depending on where they were deployed, a lot of them have probably seen like
a lot of areas in the world.
Yeah.
I think this looks nice on this girl.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, like Give her a
I
little.
will say I'm just not feeling the red on anybody. I don't know if it's because of
Yeah.
the contrast of the purple
Yeah, the
background.
purple. Maybe they just, I don't know. They don't tell them what looks good with purple. Okay, so she's 36. So she's one of the older people. I don't even know if we saw any 36-year-old men.
We did.
Oh, we did
We did
one?
the first
Okay.
one, Bowden.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So she's a sports marketing manager. She's a tourist. She's like, why do people, I'm 35 and single. People think something's wrong with me. She wants an alpha man. She wants somebody to choose her. Okay. She used to play lacrosse. All right, let's see what Katie got going on real quick.
I do wonder if she's healed. That
Mhm.
popped up in
Baltimore.
my mind. Yeah.
There's a lot of women in Baltimore. Did the DC girlies or the VA girlies not want to be on the
No,
show?
they gonna look here, honey. I want to keep my job.
Like, they had to go all the way to Baltimore to find these chicks. Okay, so I gave the wrong guys too many chances. Let's see. Up, she has a Raven shirt on.
I was just
Oh,
about.
she went to the game
So
last
I
week.
wonder if she works for the Ravens. I was gonna say that.
Maybe because she definitely is in Dallas on
And
the
she has a
field with the
past.
Raven shirt on, with the
Mm-hmm.
pass on, standing right on the field. Like you, oh no, this is outside, but still. With yeah. Maybe she does work for the Ravens since she's sports marketing. Or maybe she on the hook. Maybe she did not find love because this would not be okay if you found love. Okay. So where is this? This is probably in Baltimore somewhere. This
You can
dress
click on it.
is
It's
fire.
the Antrim.
Mm.
The girl's nosy. Y'all, I be sleuthing.
Tannytown?
Tannytown? That's definitely Maryland because I see Mount St. Mary's
Okay.
over there.
Mount St. Mary's. Okay.
Ooh, Mount St. Mary's, y'all, is in the cut.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but she's Baltimore, but looks like she travels. So this is 3 weeks ago. She was in Chicago. So she's been in Dallas, Chicago, Delaware,
She's an
Oriole
O's fan.
Park.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere
She said,
on the
"Hello, Daddy
water.
Shark." That looks like Miami.
Georgetown. So she came out to DC to Georgetown. Okay. Baywatch vibes. Okay, so this will be interesting. I think she's another one where people will be like, "Oh, okay, she's cute."
I think it's gonna come down to her personality.
Yeah, like does she have personality? So she out here. This is almost a year ago. Okay. So and she had a pass on there. So maybe you're right, she probably does work for the Ravens or something like that since she's in sports marketing. Okay. Katie. All right, Katie.
Let me get some free tickets, Katie girl. Let me get a ticket.
I know, right? All right, here we go. Green dress, natural hair popping.
Yes.
This is Marissa. She's 32. She's a lawyer and she's in Aries.
Oh,
And
we got one.
she is a veteran. So a woman veteran. So maybe she will find some attraction to one of these other veterans that are on the show. 7 years in the Navy. And she went to law school. So now she's a lawyer. So that's cool. So she's ambitious. And we know some of the men were looking for ambitious people, and she's from Baltimore. All the women from Baltimore. This is going to be really interesting.
It's Love is Blind Baltimore.
Like, it's split. It's like all the women are from Baltimore. So this is real. Oh, she
Oh.
definitely makes it out the pause. See, I gotta skip through this stuff just to look at here. Falling in love is easy, but navigating a throuple, that's a whole new adventure. Uh-oh, who is this? Hannah. We haven't looked at Hannah yet,
Oh.
have we? Okay. Uh-oh. This is gonna be interesting. So there she
Yeah,
is
she definitely does.
meeting. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay.
girl, I feel like it's almost posting spoilers. I'm like, no.
So we know so okay, so we know we're gonna get some of her story. Okay. But who will it be? That's the question.
You know what? I am going to go back to my initial prediction, and I think that a guy is going to connect with her and somebody else, and he's going to see both of them, and it's going to be like, oh my God.
Like, what happened? This is her mom
Oh, she
after
just
she
graduated.
graduated. So she literally just, so she was in law school doing this show?
Well,
Wow.
well, it's possible that maybe she graduated and then did the show, right? Because
Yeah.
we saw that what's his face had his birthday.
Mm-hmm. But if this is 19 weeks ago,
She posted it on May 20th.
May 20th, and if they did the show in October last year,
Oh, I see what you mean.
yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah, she had to have still been in school. Ooh,
Uh-huh.
so we're gonna see that play out. So, if you've gone to law school in this area, you just know that like the struggle is real, and I think dating anybody who's currently going through that journey, you have to have a level of patience that I don't know that this process allows you to really lean into.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious. We know she makes it. I wonder if she makes it to the end.
Yeah. Uh-oh, she's a AKA.
Let's go, Soror. I see you, girl. I see you.
Uh-huh. So she's an AKA.
Okay, girl.
So, we're learning a little bit about her, and it looks like we're going to learn a lot about her for this season. So I'm interested, Marissa. Okay. This is her. Oh, so she left the military, it looks like. Oh, no, San Diego, here I come. So she was somewhere else, 2018. Okay, look at her in the military, in the Navy. All right, then. My last sea and anchor is OOD. Okay.
Oh,
So that was 2018. So she's seen a lot of the world. So I think she'll definitely she's clearly going to connect with somebody, but it's like,
yeah.
I wonder if she'll connect based upon being in the Navy or in the military or something like
Yeah,
that.
probably like on an intellectual and maybe even like life experiences level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Marissa. So this is interesting because I feel like they're showing us more lately. And we're getting a lot of women of color. So we can't
As
say
we
nothing about it.
should,
I
as
love
we
this dress
should.
though.
I
I
like
think
the
this is
color.
cute.
This is what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about when I'm saying the contrast with the colors. Like it just
Yeah.
works with the purple. It's
Mm-hmm.
giving.
This is Monica.
She might
She's
be the oldest cast
37.
member.
Yeah, sales executive. So it says she's an extra. You might assume that she's an extrovert who's always at a music festival or dance floor. She has a big personality, but she's sensitive. She wants to start a family. She's forgiven a cheater before, and she is an older sister. So
I have to question if she's healed
I hope so, girl.
in terms
I
of
hope so.
mentioning someone who's going to help her be emotionally safe, which I trust me, you need that in relationships.
Uh-oh. She might make it out the pods. Okay, let's see what she says here. My best quality is that I'm a ride or die.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go to this next one. I can't believe this is happening. Okay. So this is the whole thing. So I guess we're going to see. Because we saw her, I guess she paused it on herself crying. So I
Yeah,
think
this
we're
is
gonna
the
see what
trailer.
happens. Yeah, so this is the trailer, which we'll check out later. But okay, body, giving braids, giving outside 3 weeks ago to enjoy the summer. Deep Creek Lake, Maryland.
Shout out to Deep Creek. It's a great place to
Hmm.
be.
So she was out there, Lake Anna, Virginia.
Okay, she likes to be on the water, so she might be a good match for some of these guys who are on boats and fishing and
Hmm.
all that stuff.
Right, the Bahamas. Looks like Mexico. Yep, Mexico City, Mexico.
Okay, we
So
got a
she
world
likes to
combo.
travel. Leesburg. So maybe she's a VA girly. Miami,
Leesburg is
New
nowhere near
York.
Baltimore, by the way, y'all. It's far.
Yeah. So Los Angeles. She's all over the place. So I can't. Does she say? She doesn't say where she is. So I'm very curious of where she actually
I'm
lives.
trying to see if I recognize anything in the whole. Click on the one where she's standing. What is that?
This one,
Yeah, girl.
Tyson's.
Tyson's.
So she's probably a VA girly.
Y'all, I'm a sleuth. That's how
Yeah,
you know
she's
I be
probably
driving around everywhere because I was like, wait, that building looked familiar.
yeah. So she's probably a VA girly that likes
Oh,
to
she went to
travel.
Vegas. Okay.
She probably travels out of Dulles Airport, um,
Okay, she'll be hiking.
Chicago. Oh, back to the city where I was conceived. So it looks like she has some ties to Chicago. Okay, Monica. I'm interested to see if she'll make it out the pods. We at least know from the still that she has, if that's her, looks like it's her, that she might have cried a little bit. So we'll see. Okay, Monica, Monica, Monica. Uh,
Mm-mm.
let's see. How many do we have left? We're almost done. We have 1, 2, 3, and okay, we got five
Five.
left.
Okay.
All right, so let's get. I don't like this dress, and I'm not sure I like the hair either.
I don't like the hair of the dress
Um,
or the color of the dress either, but
yeah, this is given like 90s homecoming or something like that. Uh,
the shoes. Yikes.
okay. Morgan, she's 33, a sales team lead. She's an Aries, like yours truly. She's a former pageant queen. I guess that is this dress is kind of giving, and pose is giving pageant.
I wonder if
So
that will come off in the pods as I hope it doesn't come off for her. Like I hope she's able to kind of like no pun intended, let her hair down a little bit.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very curious. She says she's smarter than she looks. She's extremely kind, open, and honest. Okay. She wants the men to go to therapy. Okay, let's check and see what she's talking about. DMV, so she's not from DC. So she lives somewhere else. I know my worth and I don't settle for the bare minimum. I've been keeping it secret. Okay. Okay, we'll
I will
see.
say this: all those guys just seem very active and adventurous. And as a black woman myself who has worn wigs, I just
Yeah, it's gonna be
the two
hard.
the two don't go together. Like I'm just gonna be upfront with all of y'all right now. You can do
Mm-hmm.
it. It's a
Yeah.
lot of maintenance though. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she
Okay,
went
friend.
to France. Uh, okay.
Saint Tropez.
Yeah, somewhere nice. Oh, okay. Dancing on the table.
This was 5 days ago.
Oh,
Okay. I
Nikki.
I don't know if that means it didn't work out.
Cons. Okay. I mean, people these days are traveling like to basic places. She's going all over. She's on like a Europe tour because she's south of
Also, she
France.
is rocking the Chanel bag. So
Mm-hmm.
whoever, if she pairs up with anybody, they need to have money because she can do for herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she can definitely do for herself, and she has to if she's going to Saint Tropez and Nice, right? Is that how you say it? So She's all over France
And
and
that looks like
stuff.
another Chanel bag that she might be holding. Child. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So definitely got to be ready for, you know, and she said beauty sleep on a plane is essential.
So
Everybody
she's
on my flight.
definitely a girly girl.
Yeah, she's a girly girl. She's trying to show you, putting it together, looking good. She didn't put her makeup on a dark plane. So,
Mm.
okay, Morgan. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if she finds love or not. We'll see what people think. Um, but it's clear that, she takes pride in her appearance and
Yeah, very much
her
so.
skincare and stuff like that is a big deal for her. So that'll be interesting because it seemed like a lot of the guys, and I don't know, men sometimes they're like, yeah, we want this, but then at the same time, they might not want somebody who is high maintenance or whatever.
I
They
think the
think they want
average guy does
somebody who
not
looks,
want any woman that's high maintenance.
yeah, like,
Unless they have money and time to be like, you can deal with it there and come back when you're ready.
mhm. This is an interesting choice of dress. I
It's a
like the
no for
little
me.
thigh action, but other
It's a
than
no
that,
for
I
me.
wonder if they told them that these outfits were going to be their picture outfits, or if they just showed up and they were like, "Oh yeah, got to take your first picture," and they're like, "Oh shoot, this is the." I would have chose a different outfit.
I feel like they told
So
them.
they have to. Okay, so she's 32, journalist and a Libra. Oh, Lord, they did the Spice Girls. Want to be Nina's lover. Then you gotta get with her friends and family. She has a younger sister. Her sister is in the experiment too.
Is this the first time we got siblings in this experiment?
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Okay. Because this is Nina and this is Tara. Okay. So this is her sister.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay. She's
Oh.
32 and her sister is 29. Okay. So that's her younger sister. Okay. This is interesting.
I hope they don't like the same person.
Oh, that would be the
But if
worst.
I'm a producer of Love is Blind, I'm rooting for them to like the same person.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
for the
she's
same person like
Zavar.
them.
So she might be Arabic. Okay, so she went to Greece recently.
This is another example of what I'm saying. Like that promo picture and her actual Instagram pictures, my brain is not
It
computing
don't
it.
match.
Like when you put up that first picture, I was like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay. And we pulled up the other one. I was like, who is that? I'm like,
Look
she's
at her.
hot.
Hold
She's
on, which one
hot.
is with? Okay, this is her sister, and this is her.
Oh, stop it. They're both hot.
So this is her sister.
They're both hot.
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. I
I
wonder
think
if they're gonna tell anybody, like tell. I know the girls will know because they'll look at them and be like, "Oh, y'all are sisters." But I wonder if they will tell the boys
if I'm a producer, I'm
that they're
rooting for both of
sister.
them to be at the end because it's going to be good TV, especially if they like the same guys.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah,
TV, y'all.
and it looks like because this is her and her sister. Yep, this is her and her sister. They went to Greece. So,
This is interesting.
uh-huh.
They're both hot though, so like kudos to
Yeah,
them.
they're
Oh, they're
beautiful.
so beautiful.
This
We love
is
that.
gonna be this is gonna be interesting.
I do not believe that we've ever had siblings on this experiment, you guys. So this is going to be
Mm-mm.
really. They're going to have to treat this delicately because I mean, we can go back to what was that? The season with what's her face and Milton, and when people know each other and they come on these experiments, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
it just gets a little dicey. So,
Right.
because their sisters are
DC.
okay. It's given Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not Northwest, then it's definitely giving like the wharf, Navy Yard,
Yeah.
somewhere by the water.
Boston. And she's from Boston.
Oh,
And
bye.
okay, so that's her sister. That's her mom, I guess.
Okay, her sister be edgy with the curly red hair.
Mm-hmm. So her sister gives vibes. That must be dad. Okay. Okay. This should be interesting, especially if like one finds love and the other doesn't, but then the other is still kind of on the show. Okay, so we got Nina, and then last but not least, I think it's last. Oh no,
There's one
not
more.
last. One more after Tara. So Tara, she's 29, a senior marketing manager. She's a Virgo, joining her sister. She almost moved to Germany for an ex-boyfriend. She's social. My worst habit is needing to have the last word.
That's gonna be a pain point.
Uh-oh. That's going to be interesting. Let's see if Tara's page is similar to her sister's or not. Okay. Does she? This is probably from Greece. Uh-huh. So those are her pictures from Greece.
So Tara definitely makes it a lot more about her, like just off of the feed. Just looking at her, it's obviously her sister's
Mm-hmm.
there, but we can't even see her sister's face.
Yeah. There she is there. So they just finished that. So they're,
Okay, there they go down
well,
there.
who is this? Post Beach Glow always hits.
Well, she tagged them.
Ty. Okay. Oh, and they. So she must not find love in the pods. I'm assuming, because that don't look like a friend, or is he? Hold on. Maybe.
This is when you just don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bet
He
that's a
says it's his
friend.
best friend. Mm, okay. It's not your best friend.
That's your man.
See translation. See you in 3 weeks. Okay. Okay, so maybe he's not a threat. Maybe he's not a threat. Let's go back to her page. Okay, because I was about to be like, I know Love is Blind be looking at like they're following everybody. So there's no way. And she says DC, so she and her sister probably live in DC. I wonder if they're roommates. I wonder if they live together or not.
And why not? DC's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Denmark.
Mm-hmm. So maybe he's like the travel buddy friend that goes with them and travels. Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll find out. I'm very interested. All right. Let's go to our friend here. Not sure I like this outfit. I like the color.
I hate the color. It's the same color as the other ones.
Oh
Did they
yeah.
just style everybody? I'm so confused.
White shoes. 30, clean energy, policy consultant. She's a Pisces. So she's a scientist working in clean energy and prioritizing everything else. Her parents have been married for 35 years. Key to my heart is loving me for my mind. Okay, Taylor. We got somebody after that. So let's see what Taylor got going on, because this is very intriguing to me. DJ doing it for the plot and the planet. Um okay. So this is the outfit.
The outfit looks better there than it does in that picture.
Maybe it's because she had, was that a jacket over it? Did they
She
tell
also
her
looks
to like?
tanner in this picture.
Maybe this is more recent. And she wore it again, and she forgot that she wore it for the pictures. She was like, "Dang, that's on my feed." But ain't nothing wrong wearing stuff again. Okay, U.S. Department of Energy, Happy Earth Day from 2022. So it's giving.
Wait, go back real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. I was starting to have DOT flashbacks, y'all. I was like, wait, did we work together? I was just looking. I was
Uh,
like, that looks like there's a press conference or something going on there.
mm,
And that's why I was curious because I was like, oh,
yeah.
cat's out of the bag, y'all. I worked at DOT. Woo!
um. So this is her interview from Entertainment Tonight. So I wonder if she makes it out the pods.
I
She
think she
must.
does.
She must make it out the pods. If she's talking Entertainment Tonight,
Yeah, because
then
that girl looks like Hannah, and those are the other two black girls.
mhm.
So
So clearly she must make it out the pods. But does she find love? That is the question. She went to San Diego recently.
y'all be on boats.
Man, these people, they got some money. The DC people got money. They're traveling. So, guess one of her siblings, her last brother, it looks like, graduated this year from University of Oregon. That's her family. Um, she's Bride Squad. Okay. So, looks like a mom and dad, maybe? Oh, she's so cute with her tiara. Yeah, it looks like must be mom and dad celebrating her 60th birthday. So that's cool.
Okay.
So she's big on family. So this should be interesting. But like you said, everybody looks better
Everybody, every single person.
on their Instagram. Where is she here? She's at the White House um last December. So she went to the White House to look at the holiday stuff.
So I have
And
to
she took a
wonder.
picture of Michelle Obama, so you know what that means.
She's a
You don't take a
Democrat,
picture of
y'all.
Shelly. Like,
I have to wonder if she's an appointee. Hey,
hmm,
sis, holla at your girl. Are you an appointee? Are you a part of the
hmm,
administration?
yeah, or at some point. So, okay, this is DC. So she might live in DC.
Oh, I think she absolutely does. She's right there at the White House.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, at least not everybody is from Baltimore. All right. So we'll see what Taylor ends up doing, and then
Oh, one
we
more.
have okay, little hip action, little side action
I
here.
do like this outfit. It looks nice.
Yeah, this is Jenny. I'm I'm just Jenny from the block, and she's disappointed about the dating scene in DC. So she must be a DC girly. 31, account trainer coordinator, a Cancer.
She said this is her last and final shot.
Mm. Oh gosh, don't be desperate, boo boo. Um, she wants it to last forever. All right, Jenny, let's find out a little bit about you. But she puts DMV here, so maybe she's like an Arlington girly. We'll see.
Okay, she looks like she's been to Cuba recently.
Mm-hmm. Behind a tougher exterior is a very soft and sensitive center. Okay, so she stayed. So she went to
Okay.
Vietnam.
Yeah, for a
Okay.
wedding.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A Vietnamese wedding. I love it. Okay.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's our best friend. Proof of life. Okay. That's cute. She looks short, like a shorty. Mm-hmm. So everybody is traveling. Everybody is traveling. So if you don't like
Shout
to
out to the
travel,
millennials who are out here going for experiences. God bless you because y'all are my people.
exactly. She's over here in New
I
Orleans at
know
Cactus
that's right.
Lawn.
Yes.
Okay.
In the dead of July too, it's just hot, 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 hot.
Mm-hmm.
Nola.
Yeah. So she's all over the place. She's
She likes to
working
work
out.
out.
So that fits with some of what we're looking for. And this is Katie um, commenting. And this
Okay.
is Ashley
Ashley.
commenting. So the girlies like her. So she's still cool with the people from the pods as of a couple weeks ago before this stuff became public. So it looks like she's out here living life. I'm curious, you know, if she gets out of the pods. But, either way, I think I think she'll find love eventually. So she's in DC going to the gym. So maybe she lives in DC. So she's actually telling. So I think this should be interesting. So we have Jenny. Jenny is living her life, and I love it. So I think that is all.
That's
That
a
is
large
all,
cast.
everyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
it took us 2 hours to talk about this. I appreciate anyone who stays on to hear our conversation. I understand
Mm.
if you did this one times, 1.5, 2 times speed. I get it. But we wanted to give y'all the look because I feel like everybody kind of goes on, they look at this, but you're not looking at their gram. And the gram gives you a little bit of extra. So I can't wait to watch them this week. This should be really interesting, especially seeing that a lot of the people are in their 30s. We have a lot of distance with travel and stuff like that between Baltimore and DC and Virginia. So,
Yeah, I think the distance will play a role in the probably the second half of the season, like after they get back from the honeymoon or
yeah.
their trip or whatever. I think people will do their best to ignore it in the pods, but I think it'll definitely come into play. I'm also curious where they're gonna have them all stay, like if they're gonna stay in DC.
Oh, yeah, because that makes a difference too. Like, if you have to go into work, but a lot of them are kind of entrepreneurs because you see real estate agents, estheticians, people like that. Maybe, a lot of people work remotely these days, but that could cause extra stress
Mm-hmm.
if like they're staying in DC but they live in Baltimore. That could be a lot.
I would be stressed. I'm sorry, I would be
Yeah.
stressed.
I can't wait till weekend because we're gonna be y'all when we do these recaps, we're gonna be looking at where they live in. We're gonna figure out where they live in because that will tell us a lot about why they might be stressed in their relationship. If we're looking like, oh shoot, she went Baltimore and he's in Virginia and their apartment is in like Silver Spring or something like that, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. They can't even go to their gym.
It's
All
the
these people love the
traffic for
gym.
me. It's the
Yeah, all the
traffic.
traffic.
You're
They're
gonna
trying
have
to go
people
into
being
the
like, I'm just gonna
office.
go stay at my house. Like, I'll see you later.
Hmm. That's how it happens. So I hope y'all come back with us next week. Is on Tuesday night. We'll put a time up here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Because we're gonna be talking about this not for 2 hours,
No.
but we're gonna be talking about this. This was a special event. But we're gonna try to, have these conversations because it'll be interesting if what we're seeing on their gram and what they talked about is gonna be what shows up in the pods.
Probably not, but that's what makes good TV.
Yeah, it's gonna be good TV. It's gonna be good TV for sure. But thanks y'all for joining. I'm Brenda.
I'm Sarah.
And welcome to our show. Like and subscribe. See y'all next time.